Hello, Dana Guitar Class. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. Today in class, we started out with some new songs. I made a video and posted it yesterday of Amazing Grace. I think I still have to do whatever the next two songs are. I believe it's German Dance and Blues in G. Those are both pretty simple. I'll probably get those videos together later in the week. Anyway, in class today, one of the students asked me in a song request, because there were no major topics to discuss in this video, he asked me about the song Layla, which is by Derek and the Dominoes, and it's a song that Eric Clapton continued to try to follow up for the rest of his life. It's an epic guitar piece. You can search that on YouTube somewhere, Layla, L-A-Y-L-A, by Derek and the Dominoes, and it is a guitar tour de force. It also takes advantage of, or is a really demonstrative case of, one of the mechanical advantages of the layout of the notes on the guitar and the pentatonic scale to really give birth to an incredible amount of the canon of rock and roll guitar that came from the 50s into the present. So the main riff for the song that a lot of people associate with it is a rather high one. It's like, but this lick here is accomplished with a bend. It's played on a Stratocaster with slinky strings. This is a big heavy acoustic guitar, or a big heavy string acoustic guitar, and that's just a tough order. So just for the sake of demonstration, and again, these are accomplished with massive, powerful, and expressive bends on an electric guitar. So that's the lick that I think everybody knows, because it's this big, soaring, anthemic sound. But the whole time that riff is played, the same riff happens here, and right here, and here. And they're all mechanically the same shape. So this main lick, it's the 10th fret of the B string to the 13th fret of the B string, 10th fret of the E string, hammering onto the 13th and pulling off to the 10th again of the E string. Like that. Then you go to the 13th fret of the B string and back to the 10th fret of the E string. So that's on the B string, 10, 13, E string, 10, 13, 10, B string, 13, E string 10. So there's that lick. It's the exact same thing in the middle position, where you play from the 7th fret. And so that's 7 to 10, 7 to 10, back to 7, 10th fret of the D string, 7th fret of the G string. And then down here in the lowest register, you have the open A string, 3rd fret, open D string, 3rd fret of the D string, pull off to the open D string, back to the A string at the 3rd fret, whoops, open D, so. And that little shape, that minor pentatonic group of notes, so many blues licks all were born there. They have other notes in them. So it's a cool lick, and it was bound to happen at some point, I think, because it's right here. So the main powerful rock guitar riff that drives the rhythm section during that anthemic lead is you start out kind of like you're going to make a D chord, but the whole riff's in D minor, so you don't want to put your middle finger down on the 2nd fret of the high E string. You're going to leave it free because it's got to manipulate some notes. So while you've got yourself in this position using your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, basically it's almost a D chord, but you're not playing anything on the 1st string. While you're holding that position, you're going to play the open A, hammer onto the C, open to D, hammer on pull off, the 3rd fret, the F, back to D, then a C again, and then, so like this. So I got a down and an up there. So those are all downstrokes, then an upstroke. Then I'm gonna grab this C with my middle finger, and I'm gonna make a B flat power chord, and I'm playing the 1st fret of the A string, a B flat, 3rd fret of the D string, that's an F, and also if you get a little of that B flat on the G string, the 3rd fret there, it would certainly sound good. So that gets you to, and then you're gonna walk up to a C by lifting your index finger up. You can still keep these 2 fingers down. This is happening fast, so you're not really trying to get anything out of it, but you'll get an A, then a B flat, and then a C power chord. Okay, that C power chord is the 3rd fret of the 5th string and the 5th fret of the 4th and 3rd strings. So, B flat, open A, B flat, C power chord. Then you're gonna play open A, C, and then that partial D chord again, which is technically also a power chord because it's nothing but D's and A's, which is a power chord. 1s and 5s. So that whole riff very slowly sounds like. I think it does the riff 4 times. And then it does this little transition where it plays an A power chord, then a C power chord, and it's going to a C sharp minor. And the song takes an abrupt change of key there. So I'm gonna go back to that intro part again. Whoops. Then A, C power chord, C sharp minor modulation. G sharp 7, back to the C sharp minor. Then it goes C major, D major, E major, all played with a bar chord shape that would be like 3, 5, 5, 5 from the 5th string to the 2nd string, then 5, 7, 7, 7 from the 5th to the 2nd string, and 7, 9, 9, 9 from the 5th to the 2nd string. So that's those 3 chords. Then it plays this little Jimi Hendrix kind of lick. I'll get into that a little bit, but I want to get back to that chord progression. You have C sharp minor, G sharp 7, C sharp minor, then C, D, E. Fantastically cool riff. So hopefully you can do a little research in the book about how to play this full bar chord. I think it's basically like our B minor chord that we play, but it involves a full bar and you move it up to the 4th fret. The G sharp 7, oh man, it's a dog of a chord. From the 6th string to the 1st string, you're barring with your index finger. It's going to go 4, 6, 4, 5, 7, 6, 4. All 6 of them, man. It's a real bear. And then the C, D, E, just 3. You could probably get away with power chords, even though to me they all sound very major. You know, kind of anthemic and triumphant. And then this little lick here, which is like reminds me of Beatles songs. It reminds me of Jimi Hendrix, all kinds of stuff. What I'm doing there is I'm playing from the 9th fret of the A string, hammering onto the 11th fret of the A string, playing the 9th fret of the D and G strings together, mashing that down with my index finger, and then I'm hammering on with my ring finger to the 11th fret of the D string while I pick those same 2 strings again, then back to that 9th fret pair, and then I'm gonna go back to the A string and hammer on from 9 to 11, and then back to that 9, 9 on the D and G string, so that. And then it goes to the next part of the song, which is F sharp minor to B major to E major. There's that was an easy one. That's right there in the first half of the year. A. Then F sharp minor, and I think B, A, E. Not 100% sure on that, and this is not that type of video. This is just capturing the spirit of the parts so that you can experiment with it. If you want to know more specifically about any particular part, hit me up after class or catch me at the beginning of class, and I'll try to save a moment before we wrap up to talk about it. So I'm going to review all those little parts again. Hopefully I won't have to edit this thing that much. So the high anthemic riff is here at the 10th fret. Okay, so we went over this part, the 10, 13, 10, 13, 10, 13, 10, and then that's the 15th fret, 13th fret, 12, 13 of the B string, and 15 of the B string. So it goes E string 15, 13, 12, 13 on the B, 15 on the B. And then there's a higher answer to that where it plays the same lick again. And then it goes up to 17, 15, 12, I hope that's right, 13, 15. Yeah. So that's the opening lick. There's the middle one. I didn't spend a lot of time on it because it's the exact shape, same shape, but here at the D string. Work on just those nice firm hammer-ons and pull-offs. And then finally the main riff. C sharp minor, G sharp 7, C sharp minor, then C, D, E lick. F sharp minor, B, E, A, F sharp, and I think B, A, E, then the main riff. And it goes back and forth. There's a big anthemic outro, which I think changes key, and it mainly features piano, and there's some famous facts about that piano player that are not relevant to what we're talking about here, but hopefully this has been interesting. I just want to make the guitar interesting and compelling. I want you to watch these videos and want to pick up your instrument. I want you to watch these videos and play, and then go away from the video and play what you saw in the video, or try and figure it out, or try and remember what I said. The guitar is a huge instrument of discovery and a vast unexplored territory for you. I've been playing it for years. It still challenges me. I'm blown away by what I hear people play on almost a daily basis somewhere on the internet. There's amazing guitar music out there. Seek it out. Try to be a better player. Okay, I will see you in class. Have a great week.